Happy Halloween, guys! So this is Drake Deals here, come play with another deck profile. So this is going to be the part 3 of my Halloween series, and we are now going to be covering the cubics. Alright? Just basically like, this is actually another fun deck that I like to have. Now this is my own little variant that I've been testing out. I'm not going to deny it. I've had to consult to a lot of net decking, a lot of people try to see what could make this better. And without further ado, let's get started. So we have 3 Crimson Novas. You need to have the Crimson Nova. This burns for 3,000 damage at the end of the turn. Although both of you guys will take it. So try be careful on this. Alright? I've actually done it to a point where I got 2 of these out and just burned them for 6,000. So this is hilarious. I got 2 Prismas, which you will see why later. Basically Prisma. Basically, I could actually use this as the monster's name. All right, so just so you know, I got 2 Dujas, 3 Dujas, my bad. It's actually a very key essential card. Where basically, when it's summoned, you can send a cubic monster from the deck to grave. And if the monster from your side of the field is sent from the field to grave, once face up, the king's 200. But this is your foolish burial, so you need to take advantage of that. 2 Summoner Monk, really nice. 1 Edor Doom Volt, really good. Well, really good. Oh, my bad, 2. I forgot. I got 3 of the Buster, 2 Swamp Kings, 1 Dragoni, 2 Blade, 1 Maxi. Of course, I need to keep that draw going. This deck needs a little bit more draw support. Alright. 1 Gurry Gale, 1 Dark Ganex, and 3 of the Vijons. Alright, so yeah, you need to set as much as you can because it can't be destroyed by battle. Now, at the end of the turn, you can place this as your spell in trap card zone, place 1 cubic monster on that opponent's monster. And also, that monster with the counter, it can't attack, and its effects are negated. And if it's treated, and while it's on my side of the field as a spell card, I can special summon it. So that actually keeps it alive. 3 polymerizations, really nice. 2 cubic aura, where I can target 1 cubic monster, and 1 face-up monster my opponent controls, the attack of the monster that I control doubles. And basically, and also at the same time, it halves my opponent's current attack. Alright, so that also helps out. At the same time, I can banish any number of cube monsters in my graveyard and target 1 monster my opponent controls, equal to the amount of banish, and place 1 cubic counter on each of them. And also, just so you know, if they have cubic monster counters, they can't attack, and their effects are negated. 1 reasoning. So yeah, it just helped my opponent just calls on level, and if any of these monsters, I can actually summon it. So it's actually a little helpful. And I can throw it in the grave. 3 Karmas. Very important deck. I can target 1 cubic monster I control. Except for Vichon. I can get a Y. That would be kind of broken. And send any number of the Vichon of the cubic seed from my hand and deck to the grave. And then a monster. That monster gains 800 points for each. And during my opponent's turn, if you jump, especially something like that cubic monster, I can send this to the grave and half my opponent's attack. So yeah, I'm half of my opponent's attack. I'm burning them for 3,000, possibly 6,000, which is actually very nice. And at the same time, I can actually have my monster double the attack and half my opponent's monster's attack. So you can kind of see where this is going. This is actually going for a little bit of burn and a little bit for beatdown. So try to remember on that. Unification, where I can fusion 1 cubic monster from my extra deck, using monsters from my field or hand, Yeah, very standard fusion, but Assault also has another special effect. If a cubic monster is destroyed by battle or leaves the field, I can banish this card to special summon one level 4 or lower cubic monster from my deck, ignoring the special condition. And also, can't be destroyed by battle or card effect, so that helps out. Cubic Saxara, when an opponent's monster declares a direct attack. Yes, it has to be a direct attack, so just in case, I can target an attacking monster my opponent special summons in attack position as many monsters from their hand and graveyard of the same name. Also, the target monsters as the special summon becomes 0, I can place 1 cubic counter on them. So that also helps out. And at the same time, all the cubic counters have the same ability where the monsters can't attack and their effects are negated. And also, if any cubic counters are placed by this effect, I can special summon 1 cubic monster from my hand. So any of them, depending on the situation. Mandela, if I control a cubic monster, activate the effect, activate this card, by targeting the number of monsters in my opponent's graveyard, because they were destroyed this turn and sent there this turn. I can special summon them to my opponent's side of the field. But their attack becomes 0, and they have cubic counter on them. And they have the cubic counter, they can't attack, the effects are negated. While my opponent controls any monsters special summoned by this effect, negate any monsters my opponent activates. And this stays on for a long time. Solemn Strike, just 1, and Solemn Warning. I kind of feel one of each is kind of fine for now. Now for the extra deck, just know for Dev Pro, I only can have, there's no link monsters here, so just know that I'm going to have 14. But however, I do want Decode Talker, so that'll be 15. So Decode Talker here, 2 of the Crimson Nova Trinity, Utopia package of the Utopia, Prime, and Lightning, 1 Arachnid 0, 1 101, Heartland Drago to push for game if I need to, because I do have continuous spell cards on my field, so I can actually push for game if I needed to. Castell to get rid of a problematic card, Ghost Trick Alucard, 110 base for defense, Sky Cavalry, Gachi Gachi, for basically like extra push if I need to, and Dolham. Dolham's actually really good for this deck because no one's going to be expecting it, but at the same time, it helps me out in like certain situations. Like if I have too many jobs, I can actually make Dolham if I needed to, where I can have the attack, my opponent's attack, and just like try to push a little bit. And that is it, y'all. I know I don't really have a side deck. It kind of depends on your locals, so kind of plan out what we need. Now, just know that this is a fun deck. This is my own little variation. If you guys have any comments or concerns can help make this better, let me know in the comments down below. And that is it for now. This is Drake Neals signing out. Take care, y'all.